Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and wonderful children all. I am P30, Human-Robot Relations, fluent in over 6 million different languages in the galaxy, created by the...
Beep, beep, whoop, beep.
Yes. Yes, Ardu, I am getting to that. This is my counterpart, Ardu Bibu. She's an astromech.
Beep, beep, swoop.
No, I'm not telling them that.
Beep, beep, squeal.
Fine, okay. Just stop using that kind of language. There are children present. Not only is my counterpart here on Astromech, but she is also the renowned and faithful co-pilot to Luke Sky.
Whoop, whoop, beep, beep, whoop, whoop, beep.
I meet Duke Cloudrunner. Thank you, my squeaky comrade.
Beep, boop.
Oh, which reminds me, the names you hear today might possess a familiar yet decidedly different ring. Due to a certain mouse-like emperor's recent rise to power, we have been implored to note that none of the characters in our tale are, in any way, affiliated with Kidneys copyrighted content.
Squee, weep, beep, boop.
You're right, Ardu. Schmaltz Kidney is a stupid name. Anyway, where were we? Yes. We come to you today to tell a tale of tragedy, woe, and redemption. A tale of magic, great space nights, and of everybody's favorite holiday. Unless it isn't. Christmas. Now this is the real story of a Christmas carol, which occurred once upon a time ago in a space super duper so far, far away. Now, Old Man Ken Kenobi was dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatsoever about that. As dead as the deserts of Tattoo. Not that the deserts of Tattoo are particularly dead, for there is a plethora of wildlife to be found. Why, not too long ago when Ardu and I crash-landed on Tattoo, we saw 2 full-grown banthas drinking from a watering hole, with some form of vegetation growing around the pool. Now, I'm not sure of the name of said vegetation, however, because I was in a rather scary predicament, having just lost Ardu after we got into a fight.
Beep, beep, boop.
I did not start it, you overweight glob of grease! You wanted to go one way, and I thought that was rather stupid. And then you told me if I didn't want to go your way, I could just stick my opinions in my golden... I digress. Old Man Ken Kenobi was a great space knight. He had an apprentice by the name of Daniken Cloudrunner. And as the years went by, Old Man Ken Kenobi and Daniken became the best of friends. However, they had a little misunderstanding, and Daniken became the terrible Dark Lord Nader. Now try as he might, Nader could not relinquish his strong feelings of friendship for Old Man Ken Kenobi. Nonetheless, when the two finally reconnected years later on the deadly star orb of destruction, the Dark Lord found it in himself to run Ken Kenobi through with his light sword. Oh dear. So, there is no doubt that Old Man Ken Kenobi was dead. This must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful can come from the story I'm about to relate. Now, Dark Lord Nader had just suffered a terrible, terrible blow to the Empire, having lost his prisoner, Princess Two Bones, a leader of the rebels. So, needless to say, Nader's stress level was of omega proportions. Nader entered the captain's quarters of the deadly star orb of destruction to find his second in command, Star Trooper Bob, shivering while he worked.
Where are those figures, Star Trooper Bob?
They are coming, Dark Lord Nader. These new trooper suits are severely stiff. Perhaps if I took my gloves off, I could finish a little bit.
And risk viral contamination. Bollocks. If I sense your standard issue gloves coming off for even an inch from your childishly small hands, I will space magic choke you so hard that you shall feel like you are suffocating in a Scarlark pit.
Yes, my lord.
Nader carried his own low temperature like a tauntaun, always about with him. Some said that he was lukewarm. I'll do lukewarm. Get it? Lukewarm.
Wait, boop.
Well, it isn't funny if I have to explain it, Ardu. Oh, dear. Well, carry on.
The super important Dark Supreme Emperor will be here shortly, no doubt to berate me on the loss of our hostage, Princess Two Buns. I expect the best behavior, Star Trooper Bob.
The moon had just hit its 3rd cycle, It was quite dark out already. It had not been light out all day, though that is probably because we are in the middle of space. So, there you go.
A ring-a-ding-dong merrily, guess who?
Emperor?
Emperor?
Bursting into Nadus' captain's quarters, filled with terrifying glee, was the super-important Doc Supreme Emperor of the galaxy, Emperor Chamberlain.
Squeak, boop, whoop.
Yes, you metallic whirling dervish, that is the name we came up for him. Are you really going to question my artistic license right now?
Whoop, boop.
Oh, fine, I'll workshop it in the next draft. Now, can I continue my story? Thank you.
A Merry Christmas, my apprentice.
Bah!
The dark side of space magic save you.
Humbug!
Christmas a humbug, my young apprentice. You don't believe that. What right have you to be depressed?
You mean besides the fact that everybody I once loved is dead, I'm confined to this robotic body, and every time I try to eat an ice cream sandwich, I forget that I have this bulky helmet on?
Touché. Well, except for that ice cream pot, that's just stupid.
Oh.
Come, my very young apprentice. You are the most powerful person in this battle station, besides me, of course. And while I was quite disappointed in your failure to keep Princess Two Buns as a hostage, your gift is that I shall spare you punishment. I took my anger out on a couple of Imperial Guardsmen. I force lightninged the crap out of them. Well, I just came from their funeral. A great start to a Merry Christmas.
What's the point of being the most powerful person in this battle station? Besides you, of course, when I live in a galaxy filled with such fools as Star Trooper Bob.
Hey!
And what is there to be merry about? The deadly star orb of destruction was supposed to be the most elite and secure battle station in the whole galaxy. Yet a bunch of rebels were able to sneak onto it, impersonate troopers, hijack our system, and turn off our tractor beam.
Yes, it seems that we have some kinks that we must work out.
Bah.
Don't be cross, my very, very young apprentice.
Emperor, with all due respect, keep Christmas in your own way, and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
That's the truth.
What?
Asteroid bats on the roof.
All right, that's enough, Nada, that's enough. And may I say, Star Trooper Bob, what an excellent constitution that you have. Most people I space magic choke die terribly short after I've started.
Yeah, thanks. I've built a tolerance.
Yeah, I won't lie to you, Nata. You have definitely failed miserably. However, there is much to be thankful for. This battle station, this deadly star orb of destruction is indeed the greatest weapon of mass destruction in all the galaxy. Nothing can stop us now. Unless someone shoots outside of the station in just the right spot. But there's no chance of that happening. We will find these rebel scum and with this station destroy their planet. Take heed, Nata.
Bah.
And need I remind you that you killed the last able-bodied space knight in the galaxy. Old man Ken Kananobi will trouble us no more.
Yes, Kananobi.
Don't tell me that you feel remorse. Remember all that your old master put you through. Anyway, we are the leaders of this empire. For us, Christmas is a time where men, women, and walkies consent to open their shut-up hearts freely, or else we will kill them all. So, dear apprentice, may the Star Angels bless Christmas.
Oh, Star Angels bless it. Yeah.
Let me hear another word out of you, and you'll keep Christmas by losing your larynx. As always, you are a powerful speaker, Master. It is no wonder that you are the super important Dark Supreme Emperor of the galaxy.
Oh, I know. Come to my Christmas party, Nata. We are having it at the very best cantina in Tattoo.
I'd sooner see you on Masterfar.
I'm sorry you feel that way, my very, very, very young apprentice. But I come here in the spirit of Christmas, and I'll keep my humor to the last. So, a Merry Christmas, Nata. Before I forget, I think I found a rebel spy hiding in our midst. General Moody, yes. Kill him, will you? And have a Happy New Year! You too, Star Trooper. Keep on doing whatever it is that Star Troopers do.
I suppose you should go back to your trooper count and get some rest before tomorrow's decimation of Naboo.
Well, actually, Lord Nader, I have all of Christmas Day off tomorrow. My trooper unit got the lucky draw.
Does it seem like my character's personality arc would include the capacity to care about something like that? Be here early in the morning, or you shall be replaced with an astromech.
Oh, I quite agree, Ardu. Very offensive.
Of course, Lord Nader. Well, sir, I hope you have a merry...
What?
May the dark side of space magic be with you.
That's what I thought.
The evil Dark Lord Nader left his captain's quarters behind him and went to eat a dismal dinner of turkey-flavored space mush in the dismal Deadly Star Orb of Destruction's cafeteria. Seeing the preparations for Christmas from all of the Star Troopers and pilots made the powerful darkness within him seethe, even more so than it usually was. He went into his private quarters for bed, but not before running into an extremely annoying yet very popular bounty hunter known as Doda Flet. Oh, that name you like. Of course.
Good evening, Lord Nader.
Doda fled.
Your bounties are all in the usual place, sir. There was a particularly hard one. Gungan by the name of Tartar Blinks. Had to chase him from one sector to the last, and he wouldn't shut up the entire time. I mean, seriously. He's just the worst.
He really is.
I wanted to get most of the creatures on your hit list, seeing as it's Christmas Eve and all.
So let me get this straight. You want a tip for doing your job correctly. You're a bounty hunter, Flet, and a particularly bad one at that.
Well,
You freeze everybody you capture. Do you know how hard it is to get them out of that crap? I will not tip for poor service.
not even hazard pay?
The next time we see each other, I hope you have captured the rebels that have managed to infiltrate the deadly Star Orb of Destruction.
And a Merry Christmas to you too, you cheap, stiff-walking, robotic bastard.
Outside his private quarters, Nader stood there for a moment, looking at the keypad for an ungodly amount of time. He had forgotten his code once again.
Well, humbug.
He typed in the first code he could think of, and the door did not spring open. And then he heard,
Danakin Cloud Runner.
Who's there?
Danakin.
I sense a disturbance.
Use the space magic, Danakin.
Impressive. Most impressive. It must be some Space Knight mind trick. Oh, I remember.
typing in the correct passcode, Nader entered into his quarters and prepped for bed. It didn't take long. Because of a terrible battle between Nader and his Space Knight master years ago, Nader forever had to wear his spacesuit to keep him alive. It did much damage to his dating life. Oh dear. Nader grabbed his favorite stuffed Awoki bear and settled into bed. As Nader slumbered, he dreamt terrible dreams. Of the master he had betrayed, of the love he had lost long ago, of the pain he had caused so many in the galaxy. And suddenly, he felt someone tapping him.
Danakin?
Who are you?
It is I, Nader, your old master, Old Man Ken Kenobi.
And so it was. The old Space Knight Master Dark Lord Nader had killed just days ago stood before him, his whole being shimmering blue. Old man Ken Kenobi had become a space ghost.
No,
Yes. You don't believe in me.
I do. I must. But let me see your identification.
You don't need to see my identification.
I don't need to see your identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids I'm looking for.
Your mother is a wombat.
My mother is a Hey! Stop that!
Or I can't help it sometimes.
What do you want with me?
Much. I have been waiting for you, Nader. We meet again at last.
Yes. Yes. Wait. I've heard that before.
You once said it to me.
I did?
When you fought me on the deck of the deadly star orb of destruction a few days ago. I beat you by turning into a pile of robes.
I wouldn't say that you beat me.
I have been floating around the the space magic realm, since you killed me, trying to find you, which was not the wisest decision on my part.
Why is that?
Being a space ghost is boring. Since I'm a ghost, I can't pilot a ship. It takes me so long to get anywhere. It makes me think way too much about my mortal life. Why didn't I spend more time enjoying all the galaxy has to offer and using space magic to bring all a merrier Christmas? Why didn't I use up more of my timeshare at Alderaan? Why didn't I save 15% or more on spaceship insurance by switching to Geico?
I don't really know what you want me to say to any of that.
I have failed you, Danakin.
I am doing quite well, actually. Second in command to an empire. The entire galaxy at my heels.
Oh! You were supposed to bring balance to space magic, not destroy it. But you will be given another chance.
You always were too generous, Kenobi. It is a failing in you.
If you don't hit me now, you may lose the chance to gain back the things you once loved. Take this warning while you still have time. You have no idea how truly dark and convoluted future before you truly is.
This is quite ridiculous.
Hear me! You will be visited by 3 creatures of the galaxy.
Creatures?
Don't let your fear consume you. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to...
Couldn't I just take them on all at once and have it over with?
No, I don't think so.
Bah!
My time is almost finished. The Ewokies have invited me to a Christmas party on Ondor.
I do hear they throw good tree fort parties.
I'm really quite excited about it. Expect the first creature when the first Wookiee groans.
How will I know what to expect?
Use the space magic!
He always says that. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This is all hum.
Cuddling up with his stuffed Wookiee bear, Nader fell into a deep slumber. Until... a dazzling light burst out of the darkness, and from the light came a glowing, shimmering creature. The creature twisted and turned, its form changing into people Nader had faint remembrances of. The creature finally settled on a form that shook Nader to the very core. It was the form of someone very dear to him, and a time he tried to forget. The form of his dear and very dead beloved from years ago.
Are you the creature that was foretold to me?
I am.
But you look just like my long-lost love. Paddy May, but you're dead.
I am the creature of galaxy past. Take my hand.
Do I just reach through the screen, or is there a button? Is it a touch thing? What's going on?
Just go with it.
Her grasp, though gentle, was not to be resisted, and it was kind of sweaty for a ghost. Oh, but Nader didn't focus on that. Gazing at the creature, he felt emotions that he had never thought he would experience again, rushing through his every being. And suddenly, the creature and Nader found themselves on his old home world of Tatoo. He recognized every sandpit and boulder and tiny Tucson Raider hut until they came across a tiny village. And there was Nader, as a young boy, when he went by the name of Daniken Cloudrunner, alone when all of the other boys and girls had went to watch the pog race. A youth rejected by his family, unloved by all, he thought, until...
By the frosts of Moth, there is my old master, Kiwi John Jin, alive and well.
Dear Daniken, what would you like more than anything in the galaxy?
To see the stars. I want to see them all.
And your gift on this Christmas day is that I shall take you away to Croissant and train you as a space knight.
A space knight?
Yes, a space knight. You have the power to move things with your mind.
Whoa.
You even get a cool sword that shoots out a blue or green light, sometimes purple, and someday even yellow. But the blue or green is definitely cooler and more original.
I don't know. I'm just a regular little boy. I can't be that special.
But you are. There are some people who think you may be the one to save the galaxy from evil and finally bring balance to space magic. No pressure, though.
Really?
Yes. And you are never to be alone again. You shall be my new apprentice, and we shall always celebrate Christmas together.
But you didn't get to celebrate another Christmas with Kiwi John, did you?
No.
He died, being chopped in half by some scary red dude with horns on his head and teeth problems. But Kiwi John had other apprentices, did he not?
One apprentice.
Your true master, Old Man Ken Kenanobi.
Yes, Kenanobi.
Though they had but that moment stood in the sandy dunes of Tattoo, they were now in the busy hallways of the Space Knight Academy in Croissant. Almost 10 years had passed, and Daniken had been training with Ken Kenanobi. Nader and Patty May stopped before one of the training room doors. It was here where Daniken trained and trained and trained, always looking to better himself. He wanted so badly to become a space knight in the order. Nader watched as his old master, a much younger Old Man Ken Kenanobi, strode to the door and banged it open.
Yo-ho there, Daniken!
Master Kenanobi.
No more training tonight. It's Christmas Eve. Clear away, young Padawan, and let us journey to the Great Hall. I hear there will be light sword dancing and pastries.
I would rather stay here, Master. If I am to be ready for the trials, I must train.
My young Padawan, you let your ambition guide you. Allow yourself to have some fun. I hear the super important supreme politician of Croissant will be there, and he wishes to speak with you. Master Zoda doesn't seem to trust him that much. But when have politicians ever led us astray?
Will Patty May be there?
She will be. Many space knights have asked to join her in a dance, but she seems to be looking for someone else.
With a smile, Daniken flew out the room with his master and joined in the party. He spoke with the super important supreme politician Trampoline, ate way too many pastries that he immediately regretted the next day, and shared a special dance with Patty May.
How much fun you used to have, Daniken.
Look at that hair. It was another time.
It was very soon after that you fell to the dark side, was it not? And I cannot help but think it is partly because of our forbidden love. Now comes the part that I regret.
Creature?
Forgive me.
The creature that looked so much like Nader's past love disengaged from him and floated toward the scene now before him. Nader saw his younger self again. Even more years had ticked by, and the years were far less kinder to the Space Knight Daniken. He had failed his trail again, even after all of his training. But that blissful night of dancing with Patty May years prior had also been the night that had sealed Daniken's fate. You see, the super important supreme politician Trampoline was not just a mere super important politician, but a Dark Lord hiding in plain sight. The Dark Lord's words charmed Daniken, and turned him from the path of light.
Patty May! My Patty May!
Daniken!
Why do you look at me with such sadness in your eyes? What reason is there for you to be downcast?
Ken Kenobi has told me terrible things about you. Horrible things.
Whatever that backstabbing Space Knight said is complete rubbish. He's trying to turn you against me.
Another master has replaced him. If it can bring peace and justice to the Republic, like Kenobi is trying to do, I have no just cause to grieve.
What master has replaced Kenobi?
A dark one. I know about super important supreme politician Trampoline, and I have seen the security holograms of you murdering younglings.
But I am not changed towards you, am I?
The cloning battles we fought have been long and hard. Before the Space Knights were overthrown, we were both good people and content to be so. You have changed. You have turned to the dark side.
But don't you see? I am more powerful than I was when I was a boy. More powerful than any Space Knight, even the super important supreme politician. Together, you and I can rule the galaxy.
You are going down a path I cannot follow, Danny. I love you, but please do not do this. Run away with me, or I will be forced to release you from your vow.
Have I ever sought release?
In the terrible things you plan to do? Yes. In the horrible atrocities you've already committed? If Kenobi is right and you truly are a dark apprentice, tell me, could you find it in your heart to leave it all behind and love me only?
Love won't save you, Patty May. Only my new powers can do that.
You're breaking my heart, Danny. I release you for the love of him you once were. May you be powerful in the dark side you have chosen. Very powerful.
Patty May!
Patty May! Creature, no more.
One more.
In another jarring whoosh, and the scene changed once more. In the lava planet of Mastafar, Daniken and his Space Knight Master Ken Kenobi faced each other, light swords drawn. Patty May dead. Dead from the heartache of Daniken's transformation. But Daniken was too far gone. All of his woe he blamed solely on his old Space Knight Master, Kenobi.
Daniken, you must listen to me.
No, Patty May is dead, and it's all your fault.
A great light sword battle was had, with many pew-pews of the swords clanging together in flips and crazy stunts that both Daniken and Kenobi had to step aside and allow their stunt doubles to do. Until finally, Ken Kenobi went and chopped all of Daniken's limbs off with his light sword.
You were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to space magic, not destroy it. I was your brother, Daniken. How could you?
It was then the de-limbed Daniken burst into flames.
I hate you. I hate you.
Creature, take me away from this blasted place. Do you delight to torture me, to make me feel bad? If so, mission successful.
These are things that have been, Daniken. They are what they are. Do not blame me.
Just come back, Patty May. We can pretend all of this has never happened. I know a guy who lives on a remote island in Scarif. Beautiful, kyber crystal clean oceans. I'd have to kill him first, but we could live there, together, in peace.
My time has passed. We shall never meet again.
No, Patty May.
May you be happy in the life that you have chosen, Daniken.
No!
Nader went to his knees and threw his fists in the air, lamenting of his terrible past. When he had finished his temper tantrum of emotion, he found himself back in his private quarters, choking his stuffed Uroki bear.
My lord, are you all right?
Blasted Trooper Bob, what are you doing in my quarters? You know the rules. Keep 6 feet away.
But sir, is that a stuffed Ewokey bear?
You leave Snuggles the Third out of this.
Snuggles the Third, my lord.
It's not. I mean, If I ever hear anyone utter the name of Snorkels III outside of these quarters, I will send every known bounty hunter in the world after each and every single one of your limbs. Do we have an understanding, Trooper?
Yes, Lord Vader.
Good. Now get out of here.
Yes, Lord.
And turn the heat up for my quarters. Trooper? He better do it. I bet you he won't. Oh, well, I must have been dreaming, with my eyes open. I must go to bed. Creatures of the galaxy, my robotic butt.
Nader settled back into bed. But he heard a curious giggle.
What's this?
Hello!
Ah!
Open your weapon! I mean you no harm!
Sota? What are you doing in my bed?
Creature of galaxies present am I. Before have you never seen the like of me, Touch my robe, you will.
What?
Touch my robe, I said.
You creatures have no respect for the galactic distancing guidelines.
Just do it. We're on a time crunch here.
With these words, Nader touched his robe and the creature. Zoda raised his hands. They found themselves in the tiny kitchen of the infamous spaceship of the Centurion Falcon, where all was a bustle. I would know, for I was there, along with Ardu. And Princess Two Bums was busy with preparations for a Christmas dinner with her new wokey companion, Louis.
What has ever gotten into your precious friend, Louis? You know I don't understand you when your mouth is full.
Why, creature, that is Princess Two Buns. I lost her yesterday. We are in the rebels' ship. Quickly, we must find their coordinates. Super important Dark Supreme Emperor Trampoline will be overjoyed.
Shut up, you will. Pay attention.
Yes, indeed. With a bounty that expensive on Franz's head, I'm surprised that he traipses about as he does. It makes me worry so.
Oh, why, Princess, by the sound of it, it sounds like you fancied Master Polo. And if
Theo, shut up.
Oh, dear.
He can do whatever he wants, Louis, but that rascal is influencing Duke. If his shenanigans get Duke into trouble, well, I'll give them both the silent treatment for the whole parsec.
Suddenly, entering through the space hatch was the scoundrel, Franz Polo.
Well, hello there, your highness, miss me?
And emerging behind Polo was a very familiar face to Dark Lord Nader.
Look who I caught up on my way back from the asteroid field.
What's going on, everyone?
Bob? Star Trooper Bob?
Oh my, if it isn't Bob! Oh, Bob, what a surprise. I never thought you would be celebrating Christmas with us this year. What with you deep undercover in the Dark Empire?
What a backstabbing traitor! I will destroy him where he stands.
Forget, do you, that you are invisible to them.
Blast!
You think it wise, friends, to bring Bob here? What if you were followed?
Princess, please. This is the fastest ship in the whole galaxy. We're talking about the ship that made the Kessel Run in 20 parsnips.
Parsnip? Like the vegetable?
No, like the unit of time, part of a snip. Look, I didn't write it.
Seems obvious if you ask me.
Shut up, P3O. Anyway, you forget that this is the ship that won the race of Rigel 5.
Didn't you only place third in that race, Master Polo?
That was a technicality, P3O. Can I please brag about myself without you interrupting? The audience needs to know that I'm a cool space cowboy. Oh, laugh it up, fuzzball.
The Rebel Alliance is playing a dangerous game, Franz, and if you have spoiled it...
Look, I ain't in this for your revolution, and I'm not in it for you, Princess. I'm in it for the money, and I expect to be well paid.
You are nothing but a scoundrel.
And don't you forget it, sweetheart.
And bounding down the hallway of the Centurion Falcon was a young farmer boy who hailed from the planet Tattoo, Duke Cloudrunner.
Hey, gang. I didn't miss anything, did I?
Duke, I'm glad you're here.
With much huffing and theatrics, Princess Two Buns made it clear to Master Franz Polo how much more she liked Duke Cloudrunner than him. She ran into Duke Cloudrunner's arms. Neda looked over at the princess and Duke canoodling and felt something sharp in his heart.
Creature, who is that boy?
That boy, your son he is.
My son?
'Tis why Patty May wanted to leave so badly, With children she was.
Children?
Princess Two Buns, your daughter as well she is.
I am their father?
Their father you are.
Oh, creature. Wait, do they know this? They're hugging and they're cuddling very weirdly. It doesn't look like they know this.
Told them yet? No one has.
Well, shouldn't that be kind of a priority?
Let us all sit down for dinner, shall we?
Shall we say grace?
Hey, not on my ship we don't.
Well then, how about may we all remember the brave workers fighting to keep everyone healthy and safe and keep the dark side of the galaxy at bay. From the distant planet of Wagoba to those who are isolated at home right now on planet Earth. May the space magic be with you, everyone.
Creature, tell me my children will live. They are involved in a dangerous task with the Rebel Alliance.
See I a vacant seat in the windshield of an X-Wing and a blue light sword without an owner. The children, if these shadows remain unaltered by the future, die they shall.
Oh.
I give you Lord Neda, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my blaster to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
Princess, Christmas Day.
Oh, who cares about Christmas Day? He destroyed my entire planet. All of my family and friends are gone.
And he killed my homeless best friend, Old Man Kenanobi. Now Old Man Kenanobi just, talks to me in my mind, and it really freaks me out.
Exactly. And you want to cheers him, Bob? You may be too deep in your mission.
No, milady. Even though he destroys whole planets and laughs at misery and woe, there is something about him, something deep down. He has a soft side.
Soft side?
He wouldn't?
Yes. Get this. He has a stuffed Ewoki bear that he calls Snuggles the Third.
No.
He what?
Star Trooper Bob. He promised he wouldn't say anything. Oh, that's it.
Told you have I one time before, to their naked eye invisible we are. Your powers will not... Oh, a plot twist that is.
You will suffer for Snuggles.
Everything all right there, sport?
Enough, I say. Relent you shall, Nader.
Fine.
Oh, sorry about that. Dark Lord Nader space magic choked me so much I must have been feeling aftershocks or something. To my point, I know he isn't like the super important Dark Supreme Emperor or the other Star Troopers. He's really quite,
That is enough.
Princess, Christmas Day.
I'll drink to your idea that there is some good in even the darkest of hearts, but never to him. Never.
By this time it was getting late, and Nader was still rather PO'd about Snuggles the Third being outed. Zoda pulled Nader from the Centurion Falcon and back to the familiar planet of Tattoo, where they came across the city of Mass Species. Here the flickerings of the blaze showed preparations for a rowdy good time, with alien dancers getting ready to perform the samba, and little Jawas drawing the curtains to keep out the oncoming sandstorm. And it is here, we find super important Dark Supreme Emperor Trampoline enjoying his company with some of the deadliest members of his empire.
He said that Christmas was a humbug, and he believed it. Ha! He's a comical old fool, that's the truth. A powerful member of the dark side, sure, but the biggest complainer that I've ever met. Who suffers from his ill whims? Himself? And he won't come to dine with us. He really hurt my feelings.
I have no patience with him.
Absolutely.
Thank you for agreeing with me, Larkin and Captain Fanta. That was a very wise decision. I'm so happy my besties are here with me. And Captain Fanta, may I just say, you making the time to be here despite the big plans going on with the super important order that isn't the same as the Empire, but totally is. How's it going?
Quite well, my lord.
The what?
No questions.
Ugh.
So, what do you say, TO3PR? Maintenance droid TOP3R.
What? Oh, well, my emperor, I am just a poor, lowly maintenance droid, a piece of scrap that has no right to an opinion on such a matter. Isn't that right, Captain Fanta?
Oh, you. Emperor, I think your maintenance droid is hitting on me again.
Yeah. Tell you what, let's play a game of yes or no. I think of a creature in my mind, and you question me with yes or no questions until someone gets it right.
That sounds like fun, and I like fun. Do you need a piece of paper, Emperor?
For what, General Larkin?
Why, for whatever creature you think up, and you can show us once you get it right, like a surprise.
Well, I don't want to do it like that. I just want to keep it in my brain, and I shall tell you when you are right.
What if you change it on us midway through?
Do you want to play it my way or not at all?
We want to play.
All right, then. That's what I thought. But let's put a twist on it. If you guess wrong, I electrocute you with my space lightning magical powers.
Oh.
That sounds fun.
Do we have to?
Oh.
Let me start. Animal, alien, vegetable, or mineral?
You can only ask one question at a time, you disgusting droid.
Just thought I'd see if he was awake, is all.
I am awake, and don't ever interrupt me like that ever again.
Apologies, my lord.
Now let's start properly,
Animal.
Yes.
Is it dead?
No.
Is it disagreeable?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Is it a citizen of the Empire?
No.
Oh.
That super important supreme politician trampoline?
No, it's not me, you imbecile. Although it does track that I would be thinking of myself.
Oh, now wait a minute. How come he didn't get space magic lightninged? He got it wrong.
He's a droid, Larkin. He won't feel any pain. Stop being a crying Caleb.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
An animal. Disagreeable. Not a citizen of the Empire. There's only one choice. It's your apprentice, Dark Lord Nader.
Yes!
Ah.
What? You are certainly a clever girl, considering I gave only like 3 hints. But nonetheless, he's given us plenty of merriment. It would be ungrateful not to drink to his health. Here is a glass of Wampa spiced rum to toast the most depressed and aggressive man/robot thing in the galaxy. To my apprentice, Dark Lord Nader.
To Nader.
To Nader.
To Nader.
That was a really terrible game, creature. I'm very glad that I said no to going to this party.
You will.
Nader saw much that night and traveled to distant galaxies. He was about to tell the creature he was getting pretty hangry when...
Creature, I see something underneath your robe. Is it your light sword?
A light sword it could be. Or it could be your son and his future apprentice.
Zota lifted his robe, and there stood Nader's son, Duke Cloudrunner, all grown up with a terrible beard and a couple of pounds on him. Standing next to him was a young girl with strikingly similar clothing designed to Duke.
Creature, why is my son and his future apprentice under your robe?
These two are the children of man. Truly bringing balance to space magic, they will.
Wasn't that the same thing everybody told me?
I think maybe wrong we were. But this time right it is. Always have rebuckets to the prophecy we do. But beware, Nader. For most of all, beware this boy. For on his brow doom is that which see I, Soon train him I will, to strike both you and the Emperor down. And many years after will he train one last space knight.
Why are you walking away?
My time with you is finished forever, it is.
No, creature, wait! Oh, it's so cold. I thought I told Trooper Bob to turn up the heat in my chambers. I knew it! I knew he didn't turn it on! Beep, boop. Who's there?
Suddenly, wheeling out of the darkness, was a small droid that looked a lot like an orange and white soccer ball with a floating head. Much smaller than my friend Ardu, but definitely still a complete knockoff of Ardu. You'll notice that specific motif in these future portions of the tale, where things are just a teensy bit different, but actually just a big rebranding. Anyway, the creature known as J.J. Abrams now wheeled its way towards Vader.
Oh, you are the creature of Galaxy Future. You are the creature I have feared the most. I have no idea what you're saying.
They found themselves once more on Tattoo, in the busy streets of Masleezy, but they left that busy scene and went to an obscure part of the town which Nada knew for its bad reputation. For in this den of infamous resort was where the great crime lord Blabba the Blob dwelt.
Ah, Misha Tupo!
Baba's customer, much to Nada's surprise.
Hail, Baba.
Yoda Flet, my bounty hunter, but I thought he worked solely for me.
Ah, Busha Tripo Boda Fett. Chishupa Tumo Kupas. Eek, a Baska Streaks. Baska, Baska, Baska.
Your throne looks as wonderful as ever, great Baba. Here are some bounties, sir. I wonder what you can make of this lot.
Ah, Busha Tuko me.
Indeed. Most of them were to go to Nader, but I managed to steal most of these rebel scum right out from under him. His plans easily seemed to work, but they seemed kind of Freudian to me. Oedipal complex?
No.
Yes, I need a bit of judgment from you now, Baba. How much will you give me for these rebels?
The bounty hunter Fleck showcased some of his latest frozen bounties, but one particular bounty caught Baba's eye. The frozen figure of Franz Polo.
Ah, Polo.
Yes, of the Centurion Falcone.
Chishe Buddha.
Of course he's alive. Just frozen in this carbonite coffin. He survived all freezing processes. Don't get any ice on his metal blanket now. Yes, his metal blanket. He isn't likely to need any cooling down where he's gone. Easy there now, Jabba. This is just the beginning, you see. A Dark Lord Nader single-handedly took down the Rebel Alliance in his lifetime, so the dark side can rule the galaxy long after his death.
My death? Creature, did I hear that right?
Without a beep or a knowing squeal from JJ8 Brands, the scene morphed around them to the familiar setting of Nada's personal ship, where Nada saw his son, Duke Cloudrunner, staring into a future Nada's eyes, petrified.
Duke, I am your father.
No! That can't be. It's not possible.
Nada suddenly saw the super important Dark Supreme Emperor Trampoline step out of the shadows.
And yet, it is true, young Duke Cloudrunner. But you can change your destiny. Join me in striking down your father, and we will rule the galaxy together.
I'll never join you, any of you.
Then you will suffer.
No! Creature, say it is not so.
And Nada watched as his future self picked up the Emperor in the midst of space lightning his son and threw the Emperor down a garbage disposal.
No! No! No!
I killed the Emperor, but it looks like I die as well. I can't. Why? Please, creature, let me see some tenderness connected to this abysmally depressing future.
Suddenly, Nada felt himself pulled further into the future, years upon years, and found himself on the deck of a ship vastly similar to the ship Nada once piloted when he was in the height of the Empire. He found himself staring at another similarly masked person who seemed to be on his knees, praying. A trooper, very similar to the space troopers of the Empire, walks into the praying masked man's room.
The Yuletide sacrificial feast of the super important order that isn't the same as the Empire, but totally is the Empire, shall begin soon, Crybaby Wren.
Leave me, Captain Fanta.
The super important supreme leader that isn't the super important dark supreme emperor, but very similar, is requesting you personally.
Leave me.
Okay. Jeez. It always gets like this.
The super important order that isn't the same as the Empire, but totally is the Empire? The super important supreme leader that isn't the super important dark supreme emperor Trampoline, but very similar? Creature, where are we?
Forgive me. I feel it again. The call to Yuletide cheer. The super important supreme leader that isn't the super important dark supreme emperor Trampoline, but very similar senses it. At any moment, a smile could find a way across my face. Or a deep hum of my personal favorite, Santa Baby, may sound rhythmically from my throat, causing me to step touch. Show me the way to darkness, to despise Christmas.
Oh my, give me a break. Why does he complain so much? What does that mean? Family trait? What?
Show me the way.
Please, please, Screecher, let us leave. I can't anymore with this guy. Who is he?
Without an answer, J.J. Abrams took Nada across the galaxy to another part in this bizarre yet strikingly familiar future, and found themselves back on the Centurion Falcon. Not much of it had changed because nostalgia, but the people inside the ship were different. There was the girl Nada had been introduced to as another person to bring balance to space magic, and another scoundrel-like man who was a pilot, much like Franz Polo.
The color hurts my eyes. It makes them weak when I look at the cockpit. I wouldn't show weak eyes to Louis when he comes back here for all the world. It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. He pilots slower ever since Polo, well,
Was killed by his own son, Crybaby Wren? Yes. I've known Louis to pilot with Polo right next to him. Very fast indeed.
we will find a way out of this. I swear, or my name isn't Joe Pameron.
Oh, will we pilot Joe? Polo is dead. Duke Cloudrunner is a raving lunatic who milks alien cows all the livelong day. The super important order that isn't the same as the Empire, but totally is the Empire, is on our tail at all times. And they've even got a bigger, deadly star orb of destruction that can destroy multiple planets at once.
Jeez, creature, can this evil empire that's not the Empire but kind of is think of nothing better than what we used before?
We are going to have to go our separate ways for a while, Pilot Joe. It's just as likely as not, one of these days.
Though we still have plenty of time yet. But however and whenever we part from one another, I am sure none of us will ever forget poor Franz Polo.
Never.
And I know that even when we recollect how cocky and harsh and really selfish he was, I know that we shall still not quarrel easily among ourselves, because in the end, Franz Polo was our friend. Kind of.
No, we will never forget.
My son, a lunatic who milks space cows? Franz Polo dead? Next thing, you'll tell me that that girl is the granddaughter of...
Boop! Beep! Boop!
Okay. No spoilers. Got it. But I still have so many questions. Tell me, creature, is it you? Are you the one who is making all of these changes and adding elements to the plot that complicate 30 years of space magic history? Why would you do this? Why? And who is that silly crybaby guy in the mask?
And just then, J.J. Abrams began to change. No longer was he a small, rolling ball/robot thing, but an ordinary-looking man with curly black hair and thick-rimmed black glasses.
Who the heck are you now?
It is I, the real J.J. Abrams, writer, director, and the face of the man who single-handedly changed all of your favorite sci-fi movie franchises.
Well, what do you want with me?
Dark Nader, you're one of the most notorious, grumpy, and tragic movie villains of all time. If you don't change your ways now, I and Schmaltz Kidney will be forced to justify your deeds in another series of 6 movies and more. We'll come up with half-baked plots, contrived dialogue, and hire a team of different writers and directors to prevent any sort of cohesiveness, while making millions of dollars, all because of you.
No, please, spare me the shame.
Not yet. You haven't seen everything, Nader. There's one more piece of this plot you have to learn.
Please, show me. What else could there possibly be to make this more convoluted?
And with that, the creature J.J. Abrams threw Nader back to the ship of Crybaby Wren and disappeared. Nader once again was watching the young man-boy, and his question was answered almost instantly.
Let me know how to despise Christmas, and I shall be set free.
The Crybaby Dark Space Knight lifted up a dusty and broken-looking helmet, the helmet of Dark Lord Nader.
Show me, grandfather.
Grandfather? No, creature, tell me that I can change the future. Please, I beg of you. Assure me that with my great power, I can change these events, and I shall, creature. For I will honor Christmas with all the heart that I have left. The creatures of galaxy past, present, and future will strive within me. Thank you, Ken Kenobi. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now, I am the master. I will not
Dark Lord Nader suddenly found himself back in his room.
Oh, well, here I am.
I'm sorry, sir, but I keep hearing you scream, and it is my duty to make sure that
Stop
you...
right there, Trooper. I know your game.
Huh?
You are a rebel spy.
Oh, sir, no.
Do not lie to me.
Okay, yes.
I will not stand for this any longer, and therefore...
Make it quick. Just make it quick, please.
I am going to join you in your trickery.
What?
Oh, you have no idea what I have seen this night, Trooper Bob. I know of a future that is so ungodly similar, yet far more terrible than our time presently. With your knowledge of the Rebel Alliance and my knowledge of the Empire, we can take down Emperor Trampoline from within. Change the future. My son will love me.
Lord Nader, I have no idea what you are doing.
I had you then. Just kidding, Stormtrooper Bob. All you have to do is keep doing your normal job, and I will do mine. This will be our little secret.
Okay.
And a Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas than I have ever given you. Now, what do you say we head down to Tattoo and destroy a bunch of Sandman villages together, huh?
And so Dark Lord Nader went forward, a plan slowly forming in his mind. He did indeed honor Christmas that night. In his close quarters with Star Trooper Bob, he was as jovial as he was in his younger days. In order to stop the terrible future shown to him by J.J. Abrams, Nader did end up going to the Emperor's party and killing him with his red light sword, dear, ensuring that the terrible and similar future he saw did not come to pass. And Duke Cloudrunner, who did not die by Emperor Trampoline's space magic hand, found a new role model in his father. Eventually, peace was restored to the galaxy, and even Schmaltz Kidneek's company could not create 3 more movies because Nader had successfully killed the Emperor way before he was initially supposed to, making all fanboys and hardcore nerds rejoice.
Beep, doo 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 beep.
Oh, Ardu, I completely forgot you were here.
Doo doo beep beep beep.
You fell asleep. Oh, great! I really don't know why I keep you around. In any case, with all of that settled, Christmas was able to be fully enjoyed again, and the galaxy from once upon a time in a space far, far away.
May that be said for us, for all of us.
May the 4th be with you, everyone.